I'm going to get that fight if I demand for it, especially when I win the belt. We have to. He's been talking about unifying, become undisputed welterweight champion. So when I get the belt, there's a chance to get one of the belts. So there's no excuses once I get that belt. He has to fight. I'm not trying to hear any excuses at all.
If you have to wait on him, is there someone else that you can see yourself fighting?
Or if I have to wait on him, I'll fight. I'll try to fight Pacquiao, or try to fight the next big name that's in the division. But I'm not sitting around waiting on anybody anymore. This is the first and last time, I'm going to sit around and wait on somebody. When I had a belt, I'm going to defend it, I'm going to fight, and I'm going to stay busy.
But what gets me with Keith Thurman, I remember a few months back, probably a year back, when they were saying you fight Errol Spence, and he said, stop talking to me about Errol Spence, If I want to fight Errol Spence, tell Floyd to give me $10 million. He was real mad and tough guy, but Saturday night, when he was sitting next to you, I was like, why was this guy real tough when he,
That's the way it is, man. A lot of the dudes, that's how life goes, man. A lot of dudes, they talk, when you're not there, they say a lot of stuff about you, throw your name in the mud. Then when you looking at them and you trying to see, if they're gonna say what they said and you wasn't there and they don't say it, then you know what it is.
Do you feel like Keith Thurman was shook? Because he wouldn't look at you, Earl.
I don't think he shook. I just think he was avoiding, trying to avoid the question. But he gave an answer that everybody would get. Maybe I'll fight him. He's not gonna say, yeah, I'll fight him, because that means he's gonna be committed to the fight.
But in history, the fighters, like Floyd or Pacquiao or any other great fighter, they looking at the fighters because they feel more superior than that fighter. He did not look at you but a tenth of a second.
Man, I don't know. You gotta ask that man why you look at him.
Yeah,
Let's talk about.
Have you talked to Floyd before this fight? Did he give you any advice?
Oh no, I've talked to him. I don't really, need any advice. I'm sure he'll call me and wish me good luck and stuff like that. But I don't feel like I need any advice for this fight. I'm 100% prepared mentally and physically. I'm ready to come there and take something.
What do you expect from Brook, since that is the fight you have coming up?
I expect, the 100% Brook. I expect Brook, who shows a lot of heart, who's fighting at home and willing to, basically put his life on line to defend his belt and, to basically win in his hometown. Because there's a lot of talent in Dallas, and a lot of them just haven't been seen yet because not that many, boxing outlets out here, and and it's not like California or Vegas or New York where it's where that's boxing. Dallas is not really known as boxing. We got a lot of boxing fans, but it's not really known as a bunch of boxers coming from here. So, I'm glad, and I hope the next guy watching me, the next youngster watching me, and he comes up and win a world title.
Once you win this title, you plan on going after Keith Thurman and going after all the belts in this division?
Definitely. My main goal is to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. I feel like that's the ultimate goal, and if you're a boxer at a division, that's the only goal you should have, is become undisputed or become the top dog by beating top players in the division. And that's something I definitely want to do.
Is there anything about Brooks' style or what he brings to the table that you've worked on specifically in this camp, or anything new that you're going to bring to the table that people aren't expecting?
It's a couple things that I'm going to do that people aren't expecting. That I basically a lot of times my fights I'm kind of lazy in there because I don't have to.
I'm not lazy.
Yeah, I'm not really lazy, but a lot of things I don't have to do or I have to show because I don't have to do it. I just feel like, especially it's a lot of things that I do in sparring that I don't show in the ring because I know how to do it. But there's a lot of different things I'm going to show and I'm going to use. There's certain things we work on with him, but we're basically working on ourselves and trying to correct everything that we're doing wrong.
How the UK fans treat you last time when you went out there for the press conference?
UK fans treated me surprisingly good. Like, even when I was in the airport in London, like, a lot of people, was, telling me, I hope I would kill Brook ass. So, that was kind of surprising to me. I don't know, how they feel about him out there or whatever. Asking UK people, and it was like, he's not as popular, in like London as Anthony Joshua and the rest of those guys. But, I mean, they were treating me good, man. People was taking pictures and everything.
And you're a likable guy, man. You're hard to hate, man. All you do is get in there and put in work.
Definitely, man.